Hey, this your brother Van Silk, not in my house. You can check me out on rumble.com and youtube.com, not in my house with Van Silk. Okay, people, okay. There's been a lot going on in the world of sports, man. I mean, there's been a lot going on in the world of sports. It's been crazy out here. ESPN did a massive layoff. I mean, they got rid of Max Kellerman, Keyshawn Johnson. They got rid of Jeff Van Gundy. They got rid of Vince Carter. They let Jalen Rose go, and they just keep going and going and going and going and going. Everybody is leaving. Sports is going to be whack on television. But I've been telling people a long time ago, set up your own platform. Do your own thing. You don't need ESPN, Fox Sports. You can do your own thing. But let's get right here, right now, because I'm going to keep this real short. Skip Bayless, who's about 900 years old. You know, he went through StephenASmith on First Take. He left. He went over to Fox Sport. Him and Shannon Sharpe. That didn't work out. Now he's by himself. No, he's not. What I'm understanding, one of his best friends, he claimed, is going to be joining him by the name of Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne will be part of the rotating Undisputed roundtable talking about sports. Now, there's a lot of people out here who could talk about sports, who have the education to talk about sports, who could really talk about it. But all I'm going to do is say, listen, if this happened with Lil Wayne and Skip, man, this is going to be crazy. It's really going to be crazy. Just imagine them two sitting down talking about sports. And Lil Wayne, who seems like he's a sport fanatic. But you know what, man? Time will tell. And I'm going to let you know, here's a recap of what happened yesterday, and I'm going to keep it moving. This is your brother Van Silk, not in my house. I got to go. I got to go. Hey, everybody, it's your brother Van Silk, not in my house. Not in my house. You can catch me on rumble.com, youtube.com. Just look for Not in My House with Van Silk. Okay, people, okay. Let's talk. Let's talk about ESPN. ESPN has went haywire. I'm just like, don't know where to start. I mean, we could talk about Jalen Rose, gone. Got Van Gundy, 16 years, gone. Max Kellerman, show's gone, he's gone. Keyshawn Johnson, who just signed a 5-year deal, gone. And you have other people that have not made the cut, from NFL analysts to hockey analysts. I mean, just all around the board. I don't know where Jay Williams is going to end up at because that show been canceled. But it's just sad to see that how ESPN has went to seemingly like a whole new direction of faces, people who are going to take less money. But I want to see how McVee, who they just gave $85 million to, because I guess he had his own platform, own following base that he built up. And let's see what they do with JJ Redick, because I got a feeling he's going to slip up in there. And StephenASmith is going to hold his ground, but I can see pretty soon StephenASmith going. They definitely go in another direction. The streaming world is taking over. You got a lot of shows that I'm looking at on YouTube. These guys got decent subscribers. And they might be getting the opportunity to come in on ESPN or the world of ESPN and Disney. But I tell you what, it's very competitive out here, because I'd rather listen to Rob Parker and Chris Broussard than listen to Perkins and Malika Andrews, Richard Jefferson. No disrespect to them, I just think that they're corny. Now, Perk keep his own decision, but Malika Andrews, she's corny. Richard Jefferson, corny. They going by script. They not going by, yo, this is how we really feel. This is what I really want to say. Oh, we can't hurt this one feeling. We can't hurt that one feeling. Nah, yo. This is definitely a big turnaround. It is what it is. That's why I like Cameron's show. But him and Mace, too many N-words. That's not going to fly over in the sports world. Definitely won't fly underneath a banner of a Fox Sports or FanDuel or ESPN. So, to say that, we're going to see what happened with Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharpe. You know, we're going to see what happens with a lot of people. With Jalen Rose, he might end up someplace else, which, who knows. Van Gundy, hey, there's possibility of coaching jobs, possibility of going to work for TNT, who knows. I don't know. I thought Van Gundy was set in a position of him and Mark Green and Breen out there doing the games. I don't know who they're going to bring in, but to me, I'm so used to listening to Van Gundy. But it's a different world we're living in right now. We got people that's running these networks, making decisions, and they're getting rid of the people that people. I put it this way. I watch an NBA game, I want to hear Mark Green and Van Gundy go back and forth. I enjoy that. Okay? Some of these other people that's doing these games, they gotta go. I like Grant Hill. Okay? I love when it had different players, Reggie Miller, you know, working for the NBA. But my whole thing comes down to is what ESPN trying to really do. What they really trying to do. They losing that much money. Maybe some of the executives need to take a pay cut. The ones that we don't see, the ones who's always probably on vacation 20 weeks out the year, maybe they need to take a pay cut, because they're not the stars. They're not the ones who's selling the advertising to the people. People buy certain shows because this is what they like. I remember when they had Mike and Mike on early in the morning. I used to watch Mike and Mike. Mike Green and them. I used to watch that show. I loved it. But now the way everything is going, the way social media has expanded, the way anybody can do a platform, the way anybody can interview anybody, you know. But see, the problem with ESPN is that the majority of the people that's on your shows ain't never played sports. They never played professional sports. How was their voice powerful? Like, seriously. When I go look at J.J. Redick, you was a minimal player in the league. StephenASmith ain't never played professional sports. Malika Andrews, no. And Richard Jefferson, okay. You was a mediocre star in the league, too. You wasn't no superstar. Even though you might have a ring. But I just look at it and say, okay, wow. That's why TNT, where Ernie, Shaq, Charles, and Kenny work. Because Charles is going to say what he want to say, Shaq say what he want to say, and they keep it more authentic than anybody else. But I just sit back and I'm watching ESPN, and ESPN look like, you know what? If this is the case, I used to run and jump on and want to watch First Take. I don't even go to First Take no more. I was watching more Shannon Sharpe and Skip than I would watch First Take. First Take is not interesting to me no more. It's like, where are these shows going? But you know, Jalen Rose, Jeff Van Gundy. I don't know. I don't understand why they are out. You know, is it because Van Gundy make too much money in his contract? Whether because Jalen Rose didn't want to restructure his contract? But yet, y'all gonna bring in McVay. How much money y'all offer him? 85, almost $100 million. And y'all think his followers is actually gonna follow him to ESPN? Because you know, once you go on ESPN, everything changes. The dynamic changes. Your tone changes. Your subject matter isn't the same. Now, Max Kellerman, J. Will, and Keyshawn, this show was okay. I mean, I guess when football season come in, it becomes more important for Keyshawn. But you know, J. Will, you know, he wasn't no big star in the NBA, but he's intelligent. He stood up, stand up, and he say what he wanted to say. And Max been around. But I don't know. Y'all let me know. This your brother Van Silk, not in my house. Catch me on rumble.com, youtube.com. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the support button. It's all good. I'm out.